Hey guys, Wallen Customs here, and today we are taking a look at the Marvel Legends Spider-Man 2-pack with Spider-Man and Mary Jane Watson. Looks pretty cool. Turn around. Looks pretty nice. Let's open them up. Alright guys, so here they are out of the box. First off, they do come with a couple accessories, of course. Mary Jane here does come with a little bag right here, so you can put that around her shoulders. And Spider-Man, of course, does come with a bunch of hands, which is nice to have. I know sometimes these 2-packs do lack hand accessories, so it's nice to have all of them. And of course, he does come with the Peter Parker head and also the Spider-Man masked head, so that is awesome to have. So right here we have the bag on Mary Jane right here. A little bit too big. I think this actually, people are pointing out this was actually made for Green Goblin in the past wave, but repainted. So it might look a little bit too big on her, give or take, but maybe you could, you know, it's a little warped, so maybe you could use a blow dryer or heat it up to remold it to make it a little bit more fitting for her, at least. But there she is. Alright, now taking a look at Peter Parker head sculpt right here. I like it a lot. I think it is probably the best Peter Parker head sculpt we have ever gotten. And we haven't gotten a lot, so that's saying a lot. Not really, but overall, you know, this whole outfit he has, this whole figure, is pretty much reminiscent of how Peter Parker is now in the comic books, I believe. I'm a little bit hazy on my history. I'm always in and out on the comic books. I try to keep up with them, but, you know, right now Peter Parker is a multi-millionaire. He has his own company. His tech is going up the roof, you know, rivaling Stark Industries and stuff like that. So it's a new Spider-Man, you know. His suit no longer is just like an outfit. It's like a whole tech to itself. Has armor on it, camouflages and stuff like that. Hence the reason why you do have a little bit of a different look. I think this is it. I could be wrong. If I'm wrong, let me know in the comments, but I think this is where this whole outfit comes from, because it's a more updated Peter Parker and Spider-Man, and I like it. You know, we'll do size comparisons later with the original older suit, but it's a nice new look. You know, it's very similar to the old one. You just have a little bit different things or designs here and there on the wrist, of course also on the legs. You know, it's no longer just like boots. And you do have a little bit of a green symbol, greenish coloring on the eyes and also the chest, which I forgot is I don't remember what the significance of that is, but something symbolizing that, you know, it's a more techie outfit. Like I said, if I'm wrong, let me know. Now, taking the head scope off, you can just pop it off like that, and you can pop on the new head, just like so. It looks pretty good. It actually is a new head sculpt because the eyes are actually a little bit smaller compared to the Pizza Spider-Man one. And these are basically the same body molds, different coloring, different paint apps, of course, but you could definitely mix and match the hands, so you don't have to have so many hands around, and of course the heads as well. Now taking a close look at Mary Jane Watson right here, you know, I'm not really sure if this head sculpt was reused. It kind of looks like it was, maybe Phoenix or someone like that, but it looks good though. She has new paint apps on her face. Let's try and zoom in, getting closer right there. She has freckles, she has green eyes, which look amazing looking. The lips, the coloring on it looks nice as well. It's a really good job when it comes to paint apps. The hair looks pretty good too. Maybe she could dye her hair a little bit more on the bottom, but whatever, right? But overall, the body itself is pretty generic. Black shirt, tank top, jeans, and flats, looks like, yeah. But yeah, pretty good, pretty decent. It's nice to have a nice updated Mary Jane figure in your collection. I don't think I ever had one, so this is nice to have. She doesn't come with any other hand accessories, so she has one open hand and one fist, like that. And she looks nice. It's a nice, clean looking figure, and nothing really to complain about, to be honest. So I'm not going to go into articulation because he is basically the same exact articulation as this figure, and you don't need to be reminded. It's good though. That's all you need to know. It's good. But I want to talk more about the figure itself because I like the look. You know, I like the new updated look. It looks nice. The paint apps are a little bit different too. The blue is a little bit brighter compared to this one, at least, right? I like the head too. The head is a little bit smaller, actually, if you look at it. It's a tiny bit smaller. Not that, I mean, you would barely notice it, but it is a little bit smaller. But the eyes too are a little bit smaller as well. I think it makes the body look a little bit more, what's the word I'm looking for? It matches better. Man, my English is failing me. But more proportionate. There you go. I think everything looks a little bit better in my opinion. More proportionate. The head isn't as big on this one. You know, it's all by preference, of course. But if you look at him alone like that, I think it looks nicer. Looks good. The Peter Parker head as well, I like a lot too. A little bit older looking. Not, you know, he's not a teenager. He's not a college student. He's a little bit older, more wiser, smarter, more sure of himself. He is a millionaire now. And he should have a smirk on his face because he has a little chip on his shoulder because he is the man. Now for Mary Jane Watson, if you want to know the articulation, she has a ball jointed head on a hinge, which is pretty decent. Goes all the way down that much. Doesn't go back that much at all. Left and right, no problems there. Her hair actually is pretty soft, so you shouldn't have a problem maneuvering it around. Going down to the shoulders, hinge jointed shoulders that rotate all the way around. Pretty nice. No bicep swivel. At the elbow, it goes 90 degrees and goes left and right in place of the biceps articulation. For the wrist, she has a hinge and a swivel right there. Now going to the ab joint, it does go all the way back, which is pretty nice, and goes pretty forward as well, so that's pretty good. Really nice rotation there, and left and right, and pivots to the side, which is pretty good. She doesn't have any waist articulation though, but it's pretty good in the upper ab, so you're going to enjoy that. And then going down to the hips, T-jointed hips, 90 degrees, really nice, doesn't go back at all. Split-wise, she's really flexible, it's pretty good. Thigh swivel, 2 points at the knee, which is pretty nice. And at the ankle, she has a hinge and a pivot. So really standard articulation for a woman's Marvel Legend figure. And she has it all. Size comparisons, here they are side by side so you can see how tall they are. I think she's sporting the bigger female frame, so she is pretty tall for her size, I think, but it doesn't look that bad. Spider-Man, so there he is right there. Now next up here is Peach's Spider-Man one more time, and also here is Captain Marvel, so just referencing how tall Mary Jane Watson is right there. Now next up right here we have Black Suit Spider-Man right there, and the female Hawkeye for size comparisons. Now for fun, of course, you could pop off the head and put Peter Parker's head on different bodies. This is the chameleon one, I believe. A little bit shorter, but you know, if you stand him by himself, you know, you look at different angles. It looks pretty good, not that bad at all. Stud right there. The neck is a little bit short, but like I said, on different angles, certain angles, you can pull it off with no problems there. And of course, here he is with the black suit outfit right there. Pretty much the same exact body, just different colors, so doesn't look that bad. Pretty good. Now when it comes to quality control, I think it's pretty good. In the Mary Jane Watson, her paint apps are perfect, in my opinion, at least for my figure at least. No splotching, everything looks pretty clean. Yeah, pretty much overall. The face sculpt looks fantastic in my opinion. I love how it looks, really clean as well. And articulation wise, all the joints move pretty well, so yeah, good figure right here for Mary Jane. Alright, now when it comes to Spider-Man and quality control, I have to say it's pretty decent, it's not bad at all. On my copy at least, I do have some different paint splotches here and there on the body, like some blue chipped paint right there. But not a lot though, not a lot at all, so it's pretty decent, and I don't have a really huge complaint about it. Articulation wise, the figure feels pretty sturdy, pretty nice. All the joints feel pretty firm, which is nice, nothing stuck. Everything moves, so you shouldn't have a problem, hopefully. And if you do, check back on my later videos on how to fix that. Alright guys, so that's pretty much it. You know, it is basically a repainted Peach's Spider-Man figure with a new Peter Parker head, which looks awesome. I like the repaint look, it looks more updated, which is pretty nice. Mary Jane Watson pretty much is a nice bonus to have, of course. You know, you can have her in your collection. I think in the comic books, she's actually Tony Stark's assistant, right? I believe so. I could be wrong, or I could be outdated. But it's nice to have her in your collection. But I think the biggest thing about this figure is the updated body paintwork, and of course the Peter Parker head, because we have been lacking that for a long time. You know, we had the other Peach Spider-Man half mask, which is pretty good, but it's nice to have a Peter Parker head sculpt finally. So yeah, I didn't do that much stuff like, you know, articulation and swapping out the hands, because you guys know all about that. And that's about it, guys. So thanks for watching. Like always, comment, criticize, subscribe, do whatever you want to pay attention. Follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, go to wildandcustoms.com. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. Peace!